company, sirs.
You are all in for a treat. A once-in-a-lifetime event.
If we can ever get this all packed up, that is.
It's true. You were right. It really is moving.
Of course I was right. You've all seen a shooting star before, but have you ever seen one that seems to be taking a stroll?
Great. Now they're talking about the stars again. They'll be going about this all night.
It's leading us. It has to be. You were right.
Of course I was right.
He was right about it, everyone.
We three have been following this star for a while.
From different places.
But before now it had been behaving, well, like a star. We charge course based on its position in the sky, but normally that position doesn't change.
Tonight, though, it's a different matter. It's as if this particular star was trying to tell us something.
It's trying to tell you that you need to keep packing or you won't be going anywhere.
But really, we knew that all along. That's why we set out on this journey to begin with.
From different places, though.
Some of us further than others. I come from India, where the climate is a lot more agreeable than this bitter cold.
We're from a little bit closer. I come from Persia.
And I come from Arabia.
And I come from the stalls to tell you that the camels are ready and you need to hurry up.
But regardless of where we came from, all three of us felt a call to follow this one unusual star that suddenly appeared in the sky.
The studies we have done and the knowledge that we had all pointed to one thing. A great king was to be born, one so grand that the stars would rearrange themselves to proclaim his birth.
Now, we could have simply acknowledged this star and moved on with our lives, but there was a draw we couldn't ignore, a pull to go and see this new king and what he would bring to this world.
And so we each individually tracked the star's path in the sky and determined where in the world it would guide us, not knowing what we would find or if we were even right.
So imagine our relief when we all came upon each other, all on the same journey, looking for the same thing.
Speaking of journey, shall we be going? Here. You can start by packing the maps. That'll be easy enough.
A journey that led us here to Judea. So naturally, we went straight to Jerusalem a few days ago to ask about this new king. Where would he be except in a palace?
That turned out to be a mistake. The entire city seemed to be very upset that we would even ask such a question.
Well, we were invited right to the palace.
Just to be interrogated by the king. Herod was his name. And he was surrounded by all these scholars and prophets, and they would tell us to go to the city. Bethlehem, they called it. The least likely place that you would want to find a king, but the most likely place to be completely overrun and crowded with this country's census goers.
And there was something about Herod we couldn't trust, even though he claimed to want to worship this new king. So we had almost decided to give up.
Look at this mess. It looks like you did give up.
And that's what I noticed. This star is actually, literally, physically moving. It's definitely guiding us now. I mean, how can we refuse this invitation?
This is why we have to go and see our promise in Bethlehem. And it's also why we're packing up as fast as we can.
This is as fast as you can?
God has called us on this amazing journey, and it's meant leaving everything that we know behind, but with the promise of what's in store. What else can we say but yes?
Yes!